And now for our next news special report.
Got some breaking news tonight. The Democrat Party's grand deception is unfolding before our eyes. President Biden's recent comments about a potential medical condition aren't just idle talk. They're the opening act of a carefully orchestrated exit strategy. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Who's pulling the strings? And who is waiting in the wings to take Biden's place? Tonight we'll expose the truth about this looming political switcheroo, and stay tuned for my final thought that will reveal the shocking endgame of this Democratic shell game. And folks, before we dive into this presidential health bombshell, let's talk about another crisis hitting Americans hard: skyrocketing energy bills. Just like Biden's potential medical condition could leave the Democrats scrambling, millions of households are struggling to keep up with rising AC costs. But here is a game changer that could save your wallet: the Easy Summer Cool device. This mini AC unit can cool any room in minutes, slashing your bills faster than a White House succession plan. It's like having a backup strategy for your home comfort. Don't let the heat wave leave you sweating like nervous politicians. Visit EasySummerCool.com now for up to 60% off and beat the heat without breaking the bank. Now, folks, we are witnessing right now, it's nothing short of a political sleight of hand. President Biden's recent comments about a potential medical condition, they're not just casual remarks, they are laying the groundwork for a major shakeup in the Democrat Party. Now, we have Biden's own words, but breaking news has just happened. It's kind of convenient that now Biden has COVID.
A bullet couldn't stop Trump. A virus just stopped Biden. You've got the nominees of this party getting their butts kissed. Biden's getting his butt kicked by his own party. The Democrats are coming apart. The Republicans are coming together.
Isn't that interesting? We have Van Jones now, word spreading like wildfire that Biden has COVID. And if there's a doctor that says that he has to leave office, then he would certainly do that. Now let's go back to Biden's own words. Take a look at this clip from his recent interview with BET's Ed Gordon. Watch.
Earlier, the president sat down with journalist Ed Gordon for an interview with BET News. Gordon asked the president if there is anything, including family members, that would make him reevaluate staying in the race.
If I had some medical condition that emerged, if the doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, that problem. But I made a serious mistake in the whole debate. And look, when I originally ran, you may remember it, I said I was going to be a transitional candidate. And I thought that I'd be able to move from this, just pass it on to someone else. But I didn't anticipate things getting so divided. And quite frankly, I think the only thing age brings is a little bit of wisdom. And I think I've demonstrated that I know how to get things done for the country, in spite of the fact that we were told we couldn't get it done. But there's more to do, and I'm reluctant to walk away from that.
Did you catch that? Biden openly admitted he'd step down if doctors told him he had a serious health issue, and then he suddenly gets COVID. But here's the kicker. He's not just talking about his health. He's setting the stage for an exit strategy. Now let's connect the dots. Biden, at 81 years old, is already facing questions about his fitness for office. But it's not just about age. In the same interview, he admitted to making a mistake in that recent debate. This is not just a slip of the tongue, it's a calculated move to soften the ground for what is coming next. The New York Times, hardly a bastion of conservative thought, ran this headline. You can see it right here. Biden says he'd consider dropping out if a medical condition emerged. They're not just reporting news, they're helping to set the narrative. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just Biden and the media laying this groundwork. Look at what's happening within the Democrat Party itself. That's right, folks. A Congressman, Adam Schiff, a key Democrat, is already calling on Biden to drop out. He's not waiting for a medical condition. He's pushing for the transition now. So don't take my word for it. Here's what Fox News had to say about Schiff's comments.
News. This is coming from Los Angeles Times. When your friends turn against you. So, California Congressman Adam Schiff has now asked Biden to leave. He's going to kiss up to him, though. Here's the quote: has been one of the most consequential presidents in our nation's history. His lifetime of service as senator, vice president, and now as president has made our country better. And here's the quote: but, and you know if it came before the word but, he probably didn't mean it. That's how our language works. But our nation is at a crossroads. A second Trump presidency will undermine, blah, 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 blah. The choice to withdraw from the campaign is President Biden's alone, but Schiff believes it's time for Biden to pass the torch. Breaking news.
This isn't just internal party squabbling, it's the beginning of a coordinated effort to swap candidates. The transition is already underway right under our noses. So what does this mean for our republic? First, don't be surprised when this medical condition suddenly surfaces, as we're seeing now with Biden getting COVID. It's coming, and it's only a matter of time. The real question now is who's waiting in the wings to take Biden's place. Is it Vice President Harris, who's been kept at arm's length for most of this administration, or maybe Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who's been making the rounds and building his profile? Or could we see a dark horse candidate emerge, someone the party thinks can salvage their chances in 2024? One thing is for sure, this isn't about Biden's health. It's about a party realizing their standard bearer might not have what it takes to win. They're not taking any chances. They are preparing to swap horses midstream, and they are hoping the American people won't notice. But here's what you need to understand. This maneuver, if it happens, is a slap in the face to every voter who cast a ballot. It's the political elites deciding that they know better than the American people. As the story develops, we will be watching closely. We'll be asking the tough questions that the mainstream media won't. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about left or right. It's about transparency. It's about accountability and the integrity of our electoral process. So stay tuned, folks. The next few months are going to be a wild ride. And remember, when this medical condition, like perhaps what's happening right now with this COVID diagnosis, when it inevitably surfaces, you heard it here first. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So here is the raw truth, folks. What we're witnessing isn't just a potential change in leadership, it's a full-blown coup within the Democrat Party. Biden's medical condition, it's not lurking in the shadows, it's a convenient excuse being crafted in broad daylight. The party elites have decided Biden's not their ticket to victory, and they're not about to let pesky things like voter choice stand in their way. This calculated bait and switch threatens the very foundation of our republic. It's not about health, it's about power. And if they succeed, it'll set a dangerous precedent for future elections. Stay alert, America. The next move in this political chess game could checkmate your voice.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.